Welcome back for Vision Board Workshop, episode 36, part 2. Vision Board Workshop. In part 1, I got to know 3 different names for a vision board. I'm again mentioning, note it down, my dear viewers. The number 1, DB, Dream Board. Number 2, MB, Memory Board. And the last, GB, Goal Board. Add these synonyms for your vision board, for making your vision board or dream board as a memory board in your life. Thank you. And dear Coach Sandra Walks, and in this workshop, we are requesting you to create your vision board by announcing the central theme of the vision board, please.
Yes, Coach Sandra, Compassionate Queen of Straight Talk, back here with the vision board as a workshop. And we're still going to be working with my life vision board, but we will be talking about how to create one for yourself and for each area of your life, which is important. We're going to start out with the instructional part here because of a vision board. You know, sometimes we get thinking about, well, we're putting a committee together. Well, what's the vision? And that always stumps me. I'm sure if they just said, well, how would we like to see this opening up? That would be the vision board. But to me, that's the dreaming. That's why the dreaming is about how you see yourself in the future. Where are you heading? But we can't do anything like that unless we know who we are. What's the purpose? Like anything else, what is the purpose? And the purpose of any vision or dream or goal must have a center. There must be the one thing that you're looking at. You were asking in our interview, part 1, about how I'm not ever reaching my goal. Well, because if you have a goal sheet for one particular goal, that will work. You can dream about it. You can build it all the same way. But once that is achieved and manifested, guess what? You need to get another sheet out and say, oh, now this is what it is. How do I take it bigger? Because life is for living, and we always, naturally as humans, keep desiring more. And if we don't, we're dying. If we're not desiring more, doesn't need to be more stuff, doesn't need to be more money, it doesn't need to be more of anything. It means we want to live bigger, a bigger life. We want to live more of our potential. So that is why a goal is always met. And when it is, we start to get a little bored and say, well, what are we going to do now? Well, we make a new goal. That's the expansion. See, it's like the ripple. You drop that stone in the water and the ripples go out. That's our vision. Keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, whatever area we want to make that happen. I have a little reading here. I'm going to have to read it. It's on the board here as well. You can't see it and can't read it. I can't even read it off of that little thing. But what that says, and it got added on there. Okay. Oh, there's even a date. I put dates on a lot of stuff. That was in September 27, 2012. That's how far back that is. 2012, this little note went on, and it was my dream defined. And this came up because I was in prison doing a workshop with the inmates. And we had these little pieces of paper to talk about. My dream defined, feeling amazingly good, teaching, sharing, learning, in joy, and in financial abundance, as debt-free and feel-good cash flow for freedom to thrive joyously in all areas of my life. So that was a goal and a dream and a vision that came to me way back in 2012, obviously. So that's why this is a life one that has grown up over the years. In 2017, I added this one with my son when he passed away. And I came across that in a magazine or a picture somewhere and put that on because that was my son. We released.
Is that 2017? 2017.
2001-7. Yeah,
Yeah.
2001-7. So it goes on. This with the prison was probably 5 years ago because we had lockdown, from the COVID. So
Yeah.
everything's
Maybe
kind of 5 years ago.
2019.
Yeah, that would have been about 2019 that I got the feather.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the other stuff is older than that. So that what happens is that's my life vision. But now I move on to my coaching, which would be during these last 3 and 4 years, as I discovered who I am. When I finally understood that I really am a coach, and I'm a straight talk coach, and I'm a compassionate queen of straight talk, all that stuff has come in maybe the last 7 years or so. So this is my new board, which I have not been adding. And don't worry, it is music. I'm music everything, but that was a pre-printed board. So that music is pre-printed on the board.
Okay.
It's what do you call those? Bristol board. That's why I turned it over here so it wouldn't be interfering. But that's how vision boards can be over a time period and as each item comes up. So when you're first doing your vision board, you can make a little one in a class. Yes, you can teach it. And so you might do it with a project, whatever your project was. My project was life. I want to be happy.
Yes.
I don't know what I want to dream. I love to travel. So you can see that was way back when. And I had to go to core, put Sandra in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So here's Sandra in the middle. But what was important to Sandra? Nothing happens in my life that I'm not humming and singing, moving around, feeling the flow of music. That's who I am. On some other learning work, I had spent 2 days, I think, doing a trail down words about who am I. And we had to dig. We went through the thesaurus and the dictionary. We could do it sometime, you and I, so you'd get the idea and have some fun. But who am I? And it came down to I challenge people. And the guy that was leading it said, I've never heard anybody do that one before. Maybe you could find something softer. But no, that's what I breathe. Therefore, I'm a challenge because I'm a strong woman. And I had to learn that about myself. And therefore, what happened was the realization that when I am bold, I think I put it like this, we'll see it in my, when I am bold, focused, and valued, those are the things I needed. Guess what? Lives change. So all of this has been a journey of many, many years of knowing myself. And I'm changing all the time. So that's okay. It's not that's the only thing I do. But this has stayed true. And being the compassionate queen of straight talk has stayed true. When I am bold and put myself out there, lives change. When I am focused, I get things done and lives changed. When I am valued, you see, I could go to the negative side and say, oh, people are always trying to get me shut up, We've all had that, Sandra, just be quiet. You're just always butting in. You don't need, trying to dismiss me, move me out. I don't dismiss very well. So when that happens, I can either go in the negative and stay there or say, yeah, I might need to be a little more compassionate, but here's who I am, and I have to be who I am. Why? Because when I am me, when I am bold and focused and valued, lives change. I see it all the time. That is my life purpose. You see, everything else becomes window dressing. So that's the center where you start on a life one. If you were doing it just your goals, I say just your goals because they're a smaller unit. So sharEvery Global Foundation would be in the center of your board where you're planning what's going to happen. What is the overall thing is English to poverty, children. That's where you started, I think. And then you met that goal, and guess what? Mr. Rumbabu, who says, I never meet my goals. Of course you did. You got that started. And then you got there and you said, oh, what more can I do? I'm not feeling very complete yet. So you made bigger goals and you added in the adults and you made bigger goals and you're spreading all over the world. So of course you're meeting all your goals as you go because the goal is the one here. And when you meet it, we're humans and we want more. Oh, I can make it bigger. Oh, I can do this. I can bring in a team and do this. So the goal would be the center of another sheet. And every time you would reach that first one, you would start a new sheet. So you'd actually create a bit of a book of plans. The one I'm going to talk about today, though, is really my life one. And each one of those, my love life, my family, my community, could be a separate board, all of its own, if I chose. If I wanted to travel and change lives even more, I could just focus in and say, I want to get back to Uganda. I want to get over to India. I want to do this and this and this. And each one would have their own board. Right? Okay. So I'm just going to take this off and start talking about my actual board and how it came to be. Pair legs want to get around tangled in. Okay. You know, okay. I'm just going to hold this one more time. This is the overall life board that I created. Now I'm going to show you how I created it in different parts. It grew all by itself because this went on 7 years ago. My note went on in 2012. I don't know when the heart went on, and these, it doesn't matter. Some of these guys down in here were prison inmates that supported me. So none of that matters. What happened was that I had in the center me. You might give up on me. I don't think so. I need my scissors here. See how this makes sense. So in the center was Sandra. When I am bold and focused and valued, I didn't put people's lives change, but lives change. And here you'll see the center was Sandra here. So just to compare, you can see which part that is. That's where I started, was bold and focused and valued. When I got traveling, that was great fun. Yeah, I I just always, when I was a kid, I used to sing songs about faraway places. Faraway places with strange sounding names, far away over the sea. And so came in some of my travels. And they just kind of grew. But you can see down here, if that works. I think this is kind of going to work. And the other thing that started happening was more travel, but also things I was doing in the community. Here I was in Honduras on a mission trip. Here, this is my prison work. I've got my Quinty Grannies for Africa. I'm out speaking and in the community. So that was differences that I also wanted to make. And that just seemed like the right place to put them. And I think that's going to be your big message, is that you will know just where it's supposed to go. You'll feel it. You can see how it's kind of building.
There is some
But not
statement, coach. What is that statement on that third sheet you have added there?
this one.
Yes.
That's a lie. Ignite your passion. So I found that in a magazine. And that's another thing you'll have. When you've got magazines, you'll see some from advertisement and so on. Oh, it was Ignite Your Passion. I don't know what the advertisement was about, but I like those words, so I cut them out. And that's what I needed to do here. Ignite Your Passion. Here I've got a tree,
Mhm.
which was cut out of a magazine, I guess, as well. It was just one I loved, and it had all the different colored leaves, which is natural for here in Canada as well, for my area of Canada. And I've always loved hot air balloons and Mary Poppins. So there's Mary Poppins on the side of a hot air balloon. I don't know
Mhm.
where I found it, but it went on as I found it. These were photographs uh, that I just printed off the computer, so they're kind of fuzzy anyhow, but that's in Honduras. Here I am speaking about the Quinty Grannies, and here I am at another function. I had gone to a healer for some energy work, and
Mhm.
she saw a giraffe and said, well, that meaning of that is that it connects with the heavens. You know, it's got the little
Yes,
antennae and it
yes,
reaches
yes.
way up and so on. And so when I came across that picture in a travel magazine, maybe, up it went. So your vision board is not going to be just all at once. It will grow. It's a growing thing. Here we are
It's
here.
it's so colorful.
On
Hmm.
Here we are here. I probably should have dropped that down a little bit more. But this ended up just naturally being the foundation of my life. So who we have here is I was looking for a sweetheart, looking for a partner in my life. So he's just out of the magazine, and I took a picture of myself and cut it out and stuck it over top of whoever the woman was there. This came off of a coffee mug, coffee cup, the love. So I liked it, so I cut it all out and gotten flattened down, and it's just all on there with tape or glue, whatever. This was a little snowman sticker, and I love snowman, and I live in Canada, so we make snow. So we have it, and here I was with my love. This was
Yeah, I think
a business.
2 years before, I think 2022, you sent a photo while you're removing snow. I think your car completely, um,
Albert.
yes, yes, covered with snow, and you're removing the snow. You shared the video.
Yes, yes. And this last one takes us into the bottom. But are you able to see enough of what it is that we're needing to do that way? I think the big thing to know that Oops. Yeah, got the tape caught on the paper too early. There we go. This one kind of comes into the bold and focused again.
Yes.
So that was the bottom. That's kind of the board. And none of it grew all at one time. It wasn't like I sat down at one time. The first thing that went up was music is in my life. As I sat and thought about when am I happy? What am I doing? Always, always, always music was there.
What
When
what
I
is
was
the
just
what is the age of your vision board? This particular total life board? Maybe how old it is?
uh I think I started when I was still with Billy Bob and we split up in 2007-ish. I've got it
What
on my door. So, I mean, it's right. Anybody comes in, they see it. This whole thing all put together is on my basement door. So it's there. Below that one, because what you're seeing here is my door. The brown part's the door. So there's the first one. And here's the other one I started probably 6 years ago as I was starting to recognize I am a coach. I'm Coach Sandra, and I started playing around with like, what would I do with it all? So literally, this is my new one that I'm working on. And so you can see that at the center again is my love of coaching, and I am Sandra. So you must put at the center whatever is on your heart. In your case, with the sharEvery Global Foundation, that would go at the center because that's your passion. If you were doing one for your family, would go in the center.
So
And
whatever we aim or whatever we set as a goal, the goal should be the center.
absolutely. There it is up closer.
Yes.
And you can see there's Sandra.
Yes.
Coach Sandra. Who is Sandra? Think and Grow Rich.
Yes.
I can't read all of these things in here. Born to be awesome. I am. I'm born to be awesome. And you need to know that you're born to be awesome. One of a kind. I'm unique. That's from a song. Fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm unique, one of a kind. Fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm created by God's design. He was with me before my birth and formed my being with care. I'm a person of infinite worth. I'm a masterpiece beyond compare. I love that song.
You
I've sung
you
it
are
many
really a
times.
masterpiece.
I am, and so are you. The thing is, each individual is a masterpiece.
Yes.
God or higher power or whoever is your leading being
Yes.
didn't make mistakes.
Yes.
We are each a masterpiece. And this being awesome, born to be awesome, came off of a greeting card from my grandsons. I think it might have been a birthday card or whatever. Happy birthday, Nan. You were born to be awesome. So I use those words because I am. I'm born to be awesome. And even though I'm getting old, I've got enough time in me for another career yet, you see. I've got time to develop all of my coaching out across the world. So I live like I've got forever. I plan like I've got forever, but I live for today. I'm going to be happy today. I'm going to be grateful today. I've got a roof over my head, food in my belly. Look here, I'm on Zoom traveling the world to India. How much greater can that be? And to be
Yes.
grateful where we are with who we are being, because out of the being, this is growing.
Yes.
So this is my center. And you can see it hasn't grown an awful lot yet. I've added bits and pieces here and there. And then I thought, oh, Sandra's boot camp. Because I'm a straight talk, I'm pretty strong. So I'm not a good babysitter. If you want somebody to be gentle and, with you, I'll be compassionate. But if you need somebody that's going, oh, poor you, poor Rambabu, I know that you wanted another goal and it didn't happen. You don't need that from me. You need from me the straight talk that's natural for me. Of course, you've reached all your goals. It's new goals that are out there that you're chasing, rightfully so you can grow. That's what you need to hear from me.
Yes.
So this is my more current one. So
Wonderful.
you can have, if you want, that's the mine for my business. This is mine for my life.
Life.
So you can have as many as you need to make.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Is that
Exactly.
for
It
you?
made sense so nice. And I think it's almost 20 years vision board, 20 years
Yes.
memories you kept in that life board. I think since 27 or 28.
Yeah, 2007, 2008. Yeah.
Yes.
And so even as I did it, I mean, some of my memories went up there. And some of them I hadn't been to. I hadn't been to Africa. 20 years ago, Ethiopian family arrived here that I helped bring over. And I was just going to meet with them, show them around town. I was going to help. I'll buy them a cup of tea and show them around town. And so our committee was to support them for a year. And 20 years later, I'm still there. And they said, weren't you supposed to leave after a year? We fell in love. So they're my family here in town with me. And we go on vacation together. We spend time together. Yeah, I'm their special and they're my special.
Yes. And my question, Sandra ma'am, while people creating the vision board, usually what kind of mistakes they do?
I think the mistakes are if they start negative talking. You don't want to put sad stuff up. That's not a vision, is where you want to go and you want to go enjoy. And you want to be grateful today. So you want to put in the things that are positive today, things that
Yeah,
are
I
positive
think
today.
sad, unhappy things or sad things won't be our goals. You're true.
No, here's this guy laughing and smiling and clapping and applauding me. He's supporting me. I kind of got lost in there. But I'm in the middle of that ask and receive. That was another thing I had to do. I had to learn to ask and receive. That was something that came up in one of my healing journeys that I hadn't realized. So here on my, where I put my picture, then I wrote in ask and receive just to remind me to do that.
Okay. Yes, got it.
Yeah. I had to be reminded that it's okay because I'm so used to giving. But you see, when we give, we steal from other people. We think, well, I'll just do that for them. Mothers, it's natural for mothers to put ourselves last or to think if we ask, we're stepping on toes and we shouldn't do it. We feel good when we give. That's why we do it. And if we don't allow ourselves to ask and allow others to give us and learn to receive, we're stealing from them.
Okay.
So that's why the ask and receive went up there. And it went on as the lessons came. Here
Yeah.
I want to, yeah.
Do you
This is the
think,
money rolling in here.
yes, coach. Do you think, do we want to review our vision boards timely?
In which way? I don't know if it
So
starts here at the
in which
center.
way in the sense? And after creating something else, if you don't like or if you change your goal, do
Yes.
you want to do any new paste or new stickers or new stuff there? Or do you want to recheck after creating something else?
I think what I'm doing right now, really expanding my coaching one for my business. So you would actually, as your own vision board creator, eventually over the years, have a big full one of your life, but you would have it for each area of your life as well. So that's as much as I had prepared here. You do have some other pictures that are up closer and you can maybe create a little worksheet that goes with it, from there. Or we can put a little lesson with each of these segments, but you can have as many vision boards as you've got dreams. But automatically, as soon as I was saying, oh, Coach Sandra, and I am the center of that, here I am. As soon as that was happening, I was already starting to move towards it, to being that.
Okay.
That's the magic of a vision board, of a dream board, of actually moving into motion. We look at it, we see it, and we start moving in that direction. I think that's probably about all I have on vision boards.
Yes. And you have used the magazine stuff or the related to your life very close. And also you have pasted all your memories. For example, even if you do adventurous trips, definitely you bring something and you make it a part on your vision boards for the memory because all those happy things you keep on the vision board. And whenever you are alone or thinking something, whenever you look onto your vision board, automatically everything wander in our mind. In a short time, everything roam around the world. Even in the short period of time, you can visit India or Uganda or wherever you went and came back, and everywhere you can go in the daydream, everywhere with the help of the vision board.
And the other ones were the pictures, the elephant and the giraffe, the elephant, giraffe,
Yes.
and the camel. That hadn't happened yet when I put them up there. I just liked them. So I thought, okay, one day I'll be seeing them. I didn't know how or when, but I stuck it up there. And of course, you can do it with tape. marker, scissors, paper.
Yes. And do you pick any magazines or something kind of labels related to your goal, or just you just pick whatever you love from the magazines or something
Yeah,
else?
just whatever I love. That's where I think this one came in here. You asked me, what's this say here? Ignite your passion. That came off of an advertisement in a magazine somewhere. I don't know
Mhm.
what it was about. Just like I say, came off the side of a coffee mug, a throwaway coffee mug. This was my own, just with my magic marker here. Success is in something. I
Mhm.
haven't got the rest of what the in sight. Success is in sight. That was in a magazine. So
Mhm.
and here's some money. There's $1,000 rolling in. And this one here, there is no substitute for confidence. That's this little one down in here. They all
Okay.
just came out of magazines wherever they were. Same thing with Africa, was probably off of travel magazines. China off of a card or something that I've gotten. Gold flashing around up here. That was out of a magazine. The boomerang is interesting. That was out of a magazine as well. I never got to Australia, and I don't really worry about getting to Australia. Somehow I think it's another piece of Canada. But the boomerang is interesting. So the boomerang, you throw it out and it comes back to you. And it's just like our life. Whatever we throw out is going to come back. So if you're going to be sad and
That is the
ugly and throw
symbolic.
out
That is the
depression,
symbolic for the boomerang.
so it was symbolic. Yeah, so it can be any of those.
Yes.
The monkeys. I've always loved monkeys. And I was in Peru and we went to a shelter that was a rescue, and they had a whole bunch of the exactly looked like that one, little monkeys. And they were up in the rafters, and then the tropical storm came. Like it starts to cloud over and boom, it starts. And
Mhm.
all of them just kind of dropped out. They liked the bunch of us that were there. And we each had a monkey from the wild, from the rescue center, dropped into her arms and snuggled their little heads down in. And my goodness, yeah. So I just have to look at that one and I think, yeah, dropped right out of the ceiling into my
Yeah,
arms.
I think you enjoy with even a small thing. Yeah, you enjoy each and every tiny thing which happens in your life.
I do. I
You
mean, it was
learned.
even like this, you know,
Yes.
I don't know where they had them on special, a dollar store or something. I thought that would be a fun pointer. When my sister says, Sandra, do you not know how to behave? Professionals aren't going to take you seriously. And I'm thinking professionals better learn to enjoy the
So,
life.
into how many ways do you use that?
It's a back scratcher, actually, you know, so you
Yes.
made a very good pointer.
So, that back scratcher became as a part of your vision board today,
Yes,
life
it did.
board.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you
Life is
so much.
grand and we need to laugh.
Yeah, thank you so much for showing your life board as well as your professional board. We all wish you good luck to reach all your dreams and desires, and you want to serve more and more with your skill and talents to the nations.
Yes, I do. I really
Wish you
do.
good luck. And before a closing part two, as we mentioned, and important takeaways, would you recommend to the viewers through all our conversation?
When you come across something that you just really resonate with, that touches you. For instance, I have this coffee mug. This is very special for me. It's by a master potter who I've befriended, and it's like $35. Well, I could have an ordinary coffee mug for $10, but I support her, and it's handcrafted, and it feels so beautiful. So this resonates with me. Everything that went on my vision board resonated in the same way. I saw it in the magazine, or it came across my lap in something, or when I was traveling, I got that little sticker that, oh, there's a turtle, and that was Hawaii. And so I brought it home. Now, what am I going to do with that? Well, I know where that's going. So you get the little things that resonate with you and hang on to them, because every time you look at it, you know what, the indigenous people, probably all of the indigenous people, they have medicine bags that they wear around their neck. And what that is, they'll be walking somewhere, something will happen, and they'll pick up a little stone for that location, for that event, and put that memory in the stone and drop it in the bag. See, visions have been going on forever. And so the indigenous people way back used to have their medicine bag, and it was called a medicine bag, just like this vision board is my medicine bag. There's another name for you.
Medicine bag. Yes.
But it's my life, and I'm creating it as I go and making a note of it as I go. I put dates on, another thing, put dates on things, because I obviously forgot to do that. Other than that one sticker that went up there was 2012. And other than that, I'm trying to remember, when did I do those things? So put dates on would be a good idea. Have a joyous life.
Thank you. And the last question, is there any call to action would you recommend the people after watching this episode as part one and part two for the next, for reaching their goal?
I would say get yourself a sheet of paper or a
Mhm.
sheet of cardboard, or if you can get a Bristol board, that makes a big one, and start. And you don't know what's going to go on there, but you look at who are you? What really brings you joy no matter what's happening. Even when I'm in tears, my music is with me, my heart is with me, my love is with me. That's my center. So whatever is your center, get the piece of paper and put that there. And as you dream about it and think about it, you can go over and add to it. As you set up, you might have another sheet of paper that's for a specific goal, which might be one that you do in classes when you're doing an, just go with a goal one, and then they'll start their life one as well. But get the piece of paper out and start. Try it. Everything that resonates, it will grow on there over time. And it doesn't have to be all done at once. It's growing and glowing. And it's
Yes.
you and your life.
Yeah, nothing will happen in just one fortnight.
No.
We want to manifest a lot, then only we can see the transformation. As you mentioned, you have been mentioning from the beginning of our interview on our episode, you have mentioned many times sharEvery or sharEvery Global Foundation hasn't reached this level in just 1 month or one day. And there is a long journey.
5 years now for you. Started it
Yes.
5 years ago, and you picked me up along the way 4 years ago.
Yes.
And here
So,
we are.
yeah, if you want to dream, if you want to make your dream a fulfill, definitely you want to give more, spend more, and its life is so expensive. The goals are also so expensive. If you want to buy, nothing will come cheaper. You want to spend the worthy enough money for making as your own, whatever goal it is. So thank you so much for sharing how this beautiful idea or a dream board, it's really beyond our regular board what we use inside the classroom like a blackboard or something else. Any digital board, vision board is, it keeps all our visions or ideas in front of us. Whenever we look onto it, and then we can recall, or we can relax. Yes, I have done so much, I have just a small left over to reach, then I can definitely do in this period of time. So
And all those little things, celebrate them. Every
yes.
time I put something up there, I've got the world in my hands, sitting on a rainbow. And it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. I've changed mindsets in Uganda all by myself, and I helped a lady start her foundation up on a shoestring. It doesn't have to cost money. What it has to do is cost you the courage to speak up,
Yes.
the courage to move and change your thoughts and make your choices, and stop whining done with the living. And if anybody wants to reach out to me, I'm very easy to find on Facebook. I think that's the simplest, and I've got a web page and so on, but Facebook is very easy.
Yes, my dear listeners and viewers, and you all have been listening our guest journey, how she is growing, glowing, and shining, and how sharEvery and myself we are growing, glowing, and shining. If you want to make your vision as your reality, how we are making our visions as our realities, and as our guest vision as her own reality, and make your dream board. Explore it. Embrace with all those happy moments. And one final request, as we mentioned, request at the beginning. And if you want to reach out our messages or videos, don't forget to subscribe, like, share. If you give your support, and we definitely will come forward with such beautiful and useful concepts more. And I would like to close this episode with more interesting way. And even our guest doesn't know this. And I'm going to give a request to our guest. And I don't know how she will respond, but hopefully she definitely make me happy or make us happy. And the request is I would like to close this episode as two parts with her singing line, small line. Could you please sing a small line for us? Anything you wish.
Faraway places with strange sounding names, far away over the sea. Those faraway places with the strange sounding names, they keep calling to me.
Thank you so much. That's it for today. We will come and join again with another interesting concept with you soon. Till then, take care.